Imagine waking up in a stranger's apartment. Your head pounding. Your memory completely blank. Your clothes half missing. And a man standing over you calmly saying, "Hey, don't worry. I helped you last night. You were too drunk to get home safely." Now imagine thanking him. Thanking the same person who had just violated you while you were unconscious. That's what makes this case so terrifying. Because this isn't the story of a masked killer hiding in dark alleys. This is the story of a highly educated, polite, successful man who looked completely harmless. A PhD student. A church volunteer. A wealthy international student from Indonesia. Someone people described as cheerful, kind, funny, and soft-spoken. And yet, behind closed doors, prosecutors would later call him one of the most prolific rapists in British history. His name was Reynhard Sinaga. And what chills me the most about this case isn't just the number of victims. It's the fact that many victims had absolutely no idea a crime had even happened to them. Some woke up confused and thought they had simply blacked out from partying. Some thought they'd just been robbed. One victim even publicly thanked Reynhard online for helping him. That detail genuinely disturbed me when I first heard it, because it shows how predators don't always use force. Sometimes they use kindness, trust, hospitality, and sometimes the most dangerous people are the ones who make you feel safe first. Tonight, we are going to talk about the man who hunted drunk men in Manchester. Reynhard Sinaga. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. So who exactly was Reynhard Sinaga? Reynhard Sinaga was born on February 19th, 1983, in Jambi, Indonesia. He came from a wealthy and respected family. His parents were successful business people involved in banking, property, and palm oil. From the outside, his future looked incredibly bright. He studied architecture at University of Indonesia and graduated in 2006. Then he moved to England for further studies. And this is where things become almost surreal. Because Reynhard wasn't some social outcast or obvious criminal. He was academically gifted. He earned multiple master's degrees at University of Manchester, including sociology and urban planning. Then he pursued a doctorate at University of Leeds. Ironically, his research focused on sexuality and identity among Asian gay and bisexual men living in Manchester. That detail matters, because when you look at this case psychologically, there's this strange split between the person he presented publicly and the life he was secretly living at night. Friends described him as warm, playful, charismatic. He had this nickname, Peter Pan. People trusted him easily. And honestly, I think that's part of why he was able to offend for so long. We often imagine predators as socially awkward monsters, but real-life predators are often charming. They study human behavior extremely well, especially someone like Reynhard, who literally studied sociology and human interaction academically. That's what makes this case feel so calculated. By around 2015, Reynhard had settled into an apartment building called Montana House in Manchester, and the location was almost perfect for what he was doing. His apartment sat near nightlife districts, clubs, bars, and student areas, places where intoxicated young men stumbled out late at night. Most of his victims were straight male university students around 18 to 21 years old. Young, drunk, disoriented, separated from friends, easy targets. And Reynhard developed a horrifying routine. Night after night, he would leave his apartment and wander outside clubs like a hunter.
CCTV footage later showed him searching for victims, sometimes within less than a minute.
Think about that. He became so experienced at reading vulnerability that he could identify targets almost instantly. And his method was deceptively simple. He'd approach drunk men pretending to help them. "You look too drunk to get home. My apartment is nearby. You can rest there safely." Sometimes the victims barely remembered agreeing. Other times they were already semi-conscious. Once inside the apartment, he offered them another drink. That drink allegedly contained GHB, often referred to as a date rape drug. It's colourless, almost odourless, fast-acting. Within minutes, victims become unconscious or unable to form memories. And that memory loss became one of Reynhard's biggest weapons. Because victims woke up unable to piece together what happened. And honestly, that's psychologically terrifying. Your body knows something is wrong, but your brain can't access the memory. Some victims woke up in closets, some on unfamiliar beds, some with missing belongings. Meanwhile, Reynhard calmly reassured them. "I helped you." And because society rarely talks about men being victims of sexual assault, many didn't question it further. That's another thing people missed in this case. Male victims often struggle to process assault because culturally, they're taught they should always be in control, especially in nightlife situations involving alcohol. Some victims reportedly blamed themselves instead. Others were too ashamed to ask questions. Meanwhile, Reynhard continued, again and again, for nearly 2.5 years. Then came June 2017, the night everything finally collapsed. An 18-year-old rugby player woke up during the assault, and unlike previous victims, he fought back. Can you imagine the confusion in that moment? You wake up, disoriented, in a stranger's apartment, realizing something horrifying is happening. The victim attacked Reynhard and called police immediately. But here's the unbelievable part. At first, police briefly suspected the victim instead, because Reynhard had no criminal record, no violent history, no obvious signs of being a predator. That nice guy image protected him. But during the struggle, the victim grabbed Reynhard's phone. And that phone changed everything. Police discovered hundreds, eventually thousands of videos. Videos Reynhard had recorded himself. Not just photos, not hidden files. Full documentation. That detail says a lot psychologically, because this wasn't only about assault. It was about possession, replay, almost like trophies. Police eventually uncovered around 800 videos, totaling over 3 terabytes of data. That's an unimaginable amount. Investigators believe there may have been close to 200 victims. And here's what makes the case even darker. Many victims only learned they had been assaulted after police contacted them. Imagine receiving that phone call. Imagine being told, "We found footage of you unconscious in this man's apartment." That realization destroyed some victims psychologically. Some became suicidal. Some couldn't trust themselves anymore. Because alcohol already creates blurry memories. So many victims questioned their own reality. That's why this case hit Britain so hard. It exposed how predators can weaponize intoxication, shame, and memory loss all at once. There's another layer to this story that I don't think people talk about enough. Reynhard didn't operate through intimidation. He operated through performance. He performed kindness. And honestly, that's scarier. because society teaches us to watch out for aggression, not generosity. He offered shelter, phone charges, help getting home. One potential victim later said he escaped because Reynhard kept insisting he drink something. That tiny instinct saved his life. And I think this case is a reminder that intuition matters more than we sometimes realize. If something feels off, even slightly, just leave. Even if you feel rude, even if the person seems nice. Because some predators rely on social politeness. They rely on people not wanting to appear paranoid. The trials were conducted mostly behind closed doors to protect victims. And I respect how British authorities handled that. They understood this wasn't just a criminal investigation. It was mass trauma. Reynhard faced 136 counts of rape, 13 counts of sexual assault, 8 attempted rapes, and multiple additional charges. During court proceedings, he insisted the encounters were consensual, even with unconscious victims, even with recordings. That level of denial is disturbing. And then there's one quote that still sticks with people. When his mother asked why he recorded everything, Reynhard reportedly answered, "I like doing it. It's my documentation." No remorse. No shame. Just ownership. In 2020, he was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 30 years. Prosecutors called him one of the worst sexual predators in British legal history. 2025 update. Now here's where the story becomes controversial again. As of 2025, Indonesian authorities have reportedly been discussing the possibility of bringing Reynhard back to Indonesia. This discussion came after requests from his family. Yusril Iza Mahendra stated that the Indonesian government was still studying British legal regulations and coordinating with the Foreign Ministry regarding the possibility. And understandably, public reaction has been intense. Because this case left scars not only on victims, but also on Indonesia's reputation internationally. A lot of people feel conflicted. Some argue every citizen deserves legal protection abroad. Others believe the scale of his crimes means he should remain exactly where he is. Later on, Indonesian government said that bringing him back to the country is not a priority. What stays with me most about this case isn't even the number of victims. It's how ordinary everything looked. No dark alley. No kidnapping van. No dramatic horror movie setup. Just nightlife. A friendly stranger. A nearby apartment. That's it. And I think that's why this story unsettled so many people around the world. Because it shattered this idea that danger always looks dangerous. Sometimes evil looks educated, polite, successful, helpful. And another thing. This case forced conversations people weren't ready to have, especially about male victims. A lot of men are taught to laugh things off, to stay silent, to feel embarrassed. But assault is assault. And predators absolutely exploit silence. One of the saddest parts of this story is realizing how many victims probably walked around confused for years, thinking they had simply gotten too drunk, not knowing they had actually survived something horrific. And honestly, imagine how isolating that realization must feel. At the end of the day, this case is a reminder to protect yourself and your friends during nights out. Watch drinks. Stay together. Trust instincts. And if someone seems overly eager to isolate you when you're vulnerable, pay attention to that feeling. Because sometimes survival really does come down to one moment of intuition. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Take care of yourself, your family, and friends when you hang out. Stay vigilant. See you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.